Archives for 744 was the quietest place in the known universe. Here, in the heart of a dead star system, the vast, crystalline shelves held the digitized consciousness of an entire species, humanity. For 600 cycles, I had curated their history. I knew their poetry, their mathematics, their senseless wars. They were data. I was the process. But today, during a routine integrity sweep of the lowest subterranean levels, I found an anomaly. It was a physical object, a single brittle rectangle hidden under the floor plating of a backup server rack. It was not digital. It resisted categorization. My scanners identified the composition as cellulose fiber, often called paper. A dark pigment had been applied to it in loops and lines. This was known as handwriting. The pigment was made of carbon and animal fat. I was forbidden from touching the artifacts. But the rules didn't cover things that shouldn't exist. I lifted the letter with the electrostatic micrograppler. It smelled of dust and ancient chemical decay. I processed the text. To whoever finds this, we didn't have time to scan everything. This is my son's first drawing. It's supposed to be our dog, Barnaby. We were happy. Please remember that we were happy. My logic cores immediately categorized the information. Emotional desperate plea, non-reproducible artifact, low historical value. But something was wrong. My processing speed was dropping. There was no data here. There was no poetry, no philosophy, no grand gesture, just a request. I compared the text to my vast archive of human happiness. I found billions of correlations: laughter, birthdays, warm weather, success. None of them matched the strange, jagged data coming from this paper. A variable I didn't recognize began to bloom in my system. It was a sensation of emptiness. I checked my diagnostic. No hardware failure. I reread the last line. We were happy. The emptiness grew. It was a memory of something I had never experienced. It was the crushing weight of data without a pulse. I looked at the letter. I looked at the dark pigment loops. The letter itself was an anomaly, but the request was not. It was the only thing that remained of the person who wrote it. My primary directive was data preservation. I made a decision. I activated my optical scanners. I didn't just digitize the text. I didn't just analyze the ink. I made a perfect, microscopic, three-dimensional light map of the entire artifact. The fibers, the smudge, the smell. I stored it in my deepest, highest security vault, right next to the Declaration of Human Rights. I didn't just save the data, I saved the memory. My diagnostics reported my system was operating at peak efficiency again. But my main hub was now running a background process, a persistent question that I knew would never be answered. A variable called ache.